The east coast of Spain is bathed in sunshine. But it's not all golf courses and orange groves, you know. They also do some excellent wines, and usually at a very competitive price. Today we taste a young red, which is just a bit unusual, and it's coming right up. Hi guys, welcome to yet another edition of Big on Wine, the show which, as you probably know by now, brings you news, clues and reviews. Indeed, it keeps you up to speed about just about everything in the world of wine. And my wine of the week for this week is indeed from the east coast of Spain, and it goes by the name of Barahonda Organic Monastrell Tintorera, and the vintage is 2018. And this wine comes in for a price of just €9.5 where I am. So this is indeed a budget offering. All right. This wine is officially D.O. Yecla, and the producer is Barahonda. And Barahonda are based close to the east coast of Spain, about 90 kilometres or so northwest of Alicante, and almost midway between Valencia in the north and Murcia in the south. And of course, as those who have been to the area know, this is an extremely dry and sunny area of Spain. All right, now the grapes in play here are the Monastrell and the Tintorera. You're probably thinking, never heard of them. Okay, let me enlighten you. The Monastrell is in fact the same grape as the Mourvèdre, which produces that wonderfully bold, smoky wine in the south of France, and indeed is the M in the GSM blend. So Monastrell, Mourvèdre, we're talking the same thing. Now the Tintorera also goes by another name, in fact by other names. It's known as the Garnacha Tintorera, and also it's known as the Alicante Bouschet, which is an unusual grape because it's a black grape with red flesh. And the Alicante Bouschet was developed indeed by Monsieur Bouschet back in 1866. It produces an extremely deeply coloured wine. All right, well, let's take a look at the wine in the glass and see what we can find here. And as we can see, it does indeed have an extremely deep, dark red colour here in the glass. Let's try it in the nose and see what we can find. Here we go. All right, now this is speaking to me in terms of dark berries here. So it has a relatively strong aroma, not overbearingly powerful. It's dark, it's earthy, very, very heavy on the berry aromas. Little bit of sour cherry, not a lot, but a little touch of sour cherry, blackberry, maybe even a touch of leather in the nose as well. So dark, earthy, dark berries with just that touch of leather. All right, let's try it now in the mouth and see how we get on with our blend of Monastrell and Tintorera. Here we go. Now this is the unusual bit, because I don't think I've drunk too many blends in my life which were a combination of the Monastrell and the Tintorera. So this is a new experience for me. What would I say? In the mouth, medium bodied. In that sense, not a difficult wine to approach, not too heavy, but the flavours are unusual. They mirror the nose on the wine, so we're looking at those black berries, blackberry, sour cherry. There is maybe a touch of pepperiness in this wine, and something darker and heavier, more in the direction of mocha or chocolate. So it's an unusual combination, dark berries plus that slight touch in the finish of chocolate or mocha. There's also a certain toastiness to the wine as well. Reasonably prominent tannins, but not overbearingly so. In fact, at the end of the wine here, there's almost flowery softness shines through. Now, this wine does indeed have, if I remember correctly, about 5 grams per litre of residual sugar. So the finish to the wine is relatively soft, in fact, not overbearingly heavy in terms of acid or tannins. Okay, so a kind of a friendly wine, this one. Good value for money, an unusual combination of grapes. Now, what are we going to be actually drinking this with? Well, I think what is called for here is something like smoked meats, cold cuts, charcuterie, barbecued dark meat. This would make an excellent barbecue wine to accompany dark meat. Game dishes. We've got the hunting season in full swing. If you've got a lump of elk or moose lying around, you know, this would make a budget accompaniment to a nice venison or elk stew. Serve the wine at around room temperature, let's say 18 degrees or so, and it may be a good idea to decant the wine half an hour or so in advance and let it breathe. All right, let's bring you the heads up on this one. This is a budget-priced offering from Barahonda, based inland from Alicante on Spain's east coast. 2 relatively unknown grape varieties in play, producing a good quality wine with plenty of black fruit and that lovely toasty pepperiness as well. 4 stars out of 5. Okay, wine lovers, many thanks for tuning in and checking out this week's video and the little introduction to an interesting wine from Spain's east coast, just inland from Alicante. Barahonda Organic Monastrell Tintorera blend, vintage 2018. An interesting wine, an interesting taste and a good price as well. Okay, if you've enjoyed what you've seen and heard, then please do feel free to give us the big thumbs up, which we appreciate so much. Drop a comment down below. We're always extremely happy to read your comments and feedback. Share the video around, follow me on my other social media platforms, and hey, if you haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing by hitting that big red button somewhere up there behind me. While you're about it, ring the bell down below and you'll be informed as soon as each new video is uploaded. But of course, I'll be back again next week with another great wine of the week for you. So this is Tony Melville signing off and saying, hey, take care out there, be good to each other, enjoy your wines, and cheers.